The girl picks up an egg in the forest, and the next day, the egg has surprisingly doubled in size. In the following days, the egg grows crazily, and finally, something wants to break out. But what's inside? Hi, welcome to Q Recaps. Today I will explain the film Hatching from 2022. The story begins, 12-year-old gymnast Tinja is filmed by her former figure skater mother. Her mom is filming a family vlog, and her dad is making miniature models in the study. This family lives in a comfortable and spacious home, showing their audience and followers how lovely their family is. As the vlog concludes, a crow suddenly flies past the window, ruining an expensive vase and chandelier, causing chaos. Tinja slowly, calmly approaches it, wraps it in a blanket before handing it over to her mother, who then, smiling, snaps its neck. Despite feeling sorrow for its death, Tinja, as directed by her mother, throws it into the outdoor trash can, not noticing the crow's wing move. Outside, Tinja meets their neighbor Rietta, who has a French bulldog. Tinja tries to pet the dog, but it growls at her and attempts to bite her fingers. Rietta apologizes for her dog's behavior, but Tinja is unperturbed because she is not hurt. Later that day, her mother shows Tinja their new vlog introduction, showcasing what a perfect family they are. Tinja tells her mother about the new neighbor and how Rietta has invited her over the next day. However, her mother interrupts her, reminding her to prepare for the competition. It is apparent that her mother is like a control freak. That night, Tinja wakes up from the sound of cawing, so she leaves the house and follows the sound to the woods, where she finds the crow is still injured. She tries to help it end, but her good intention further hurts it. So she picks up a rock and kills it, putting an end to its suffering. Just then, she sees an egg, probably the reason the crow returned to the forest. Tinja feels guilty about causing the crow's death. She brings the egg home and incubates it under her teddy bear. The next day, in training, Tinja struggles to make a beautiful landing. Her coach encourages her to believe in herself and not to overwork, so her progress will continue until she is ready to compete. After practice, Tinja jogs home, finding her mother intimately embracing a repairman. The two break their embrace immediately as the man sees Tinja. Her mother introduces the man casually as Taro and then instructs her to change into her gymnastics outfit. Shocked and embarrassed, Tinja stands in place. Soon after, her mother comes to her room, gives her a sparkling costume, and tells her to wear it for the competition, not considering Tinja's feelings. However, her silence hints to her mother that she has seen their affair. Her mother tries to explain her situation with Taro. When Tinja asks how to handle her father, her mother says, "Dad is just dad," and asks Tinja to keep their relationship a secret. Tinja agrees. Her mother informs her that she will be leaving for a few days to go to Taro's house. A few days later, while they are filming, her mother comes home from what she claims is a business trip. Later that day, Tinja can't hide her shock as she checks the egg, and it has grown larger. It hasn't hatched yet, so she hides it in her teddy bear, continuing to incubate it. The next day, Tinja and Rietta unexpectedly reunite during training. Tinja is improving, but Rietta performs her movements very perfectly, clearly more talented than Tinja, impressing both the coach and her mother. So after the training ends, her mother pushes Tinja to her limit and puts pressure on her to land perfectly like Rietta. Tinja's hands blister from the excessive force, but her mother doesn't care. Eventually, she completes the landing, but this doesn't earn her mother's praise. Instead, she tells her that she still needs to improve. That night, the egg grows even larger. As she touches the egg, Tinja notices that there is light inside it, and the creature inside moves with her finger. Later, she goes to her mother's room where her mother admits she is in love. This makes Tinja dizzy but happy for her. However, her mother isn't in love with her husband, but with Taro. This wipes the smile off Tinja's face. Tinja is worried about her father because she doesn't fully understand the situation. She goes back to her own room, holding the egg and crying. But the tears that fall on the eggshell are immediately absorbed. The egg has grown so large that it can't fit in her teddy bear anymore. Just at this moment, her sorrowful tears prompt the egg to hatch. She hides in the closet, watching as the creature from the egg escapes out of the window. She quickly covers the bed with a blanket when her father comes in and discovers the broken window. Tinja tells him a large bird has entered her room. The next day, they clean up the glass shards from the broken window. That night, Tinja wakes up from the noises. When she checks her window, she finds the creature there. As the creature crawls towards her, Tinja retreats in fear. She observes its features and realizes it resembles an evolved species of bird. It doesn't harm her and points out its left arm that got injured by glass shards last night. Tinja reluctantly moves it away, and the creature grasps her hand, leading it to its head, guiding her to stroke it. Tinja realizes it's harmless, so she takes it to the bathtub to clean it as it stinks. While playing with water, Tinja's little brother tries to enter to pee. Tinja immediately blocks the door and pushes her little brother away until he leaves. After helping it clean itself, they return to her bedroom. Tinja sleeps on the bed, and the creature sleeps below. During her sleep, Tinja is bothered by the incessant barking of Rietta's dog. This wakes up the creature, so it leaves her room. In her dream, Tinja feels like she arrives at her neighbor's house. Soon after, Tinja wakes up to find it lying on top of her. Its sticky saliva drops on her face, but she bears with it. Just then, the creature moves her head to the left where she discovers the decapitated body of the dog. The nauseating sight before her makes her vomit, and the creature begins eating like a baby bird being fed by its parents. Tinja wraps the dead dog in a towel and buries it in the yard, not knowing her brother is watching. She returns to her room, stroking the animal under the bed, when her brother bursts in with their father. It turns out her brother has told their father about what happened in the bathroom last night. Their father is about to scold Tinja for her behavior when he sees a spot of blood on her bed sheet. He immediately assumes Tinja is having her first period, and so he takes the boys out of the room. The next day, Tinja encounters her gymnastics teammates at the pet store. Others think she is strange, only because she is shy. But Rieta is different from them. Tinja and Rieta walk home together. On the way, Rieta hands Tinja the file about her missing dog to mail. Tinja gets home, her mother returns from her business trip again, gives her a new comb that she uses to brush her beautiful hair. Her brother is jealous, goes outside and sees the file about the missing dog. Soon after, he comes back with the dog's corpse, telling their parents that he saw Tinja kill and bury it. While their parents scold her brother, Tinja stays silent. Her brother shoves her, then storms off with a stomp. Tinja falls on the floor, awakening the creature. Her brother sees its shadow moving in her room. He comes in, checks under the bed. The creature quickly reveals itself. The darkness under the bed is suddenly cut by a claw slashing through the mask on the brother's face. As he backs away in fear, Tinja suddenly has a seizure. To stop her actions, the mother slaps Tinja, successfully stopping the seizure. Tinja regains her senses, while her brother runs out of the room, telling their parents about the thing living under Tinja's bed. The mother checks her room, finds her competition suit torn apart. As she looks up, Tinja sees the creature hiding there. The mother leaves with the cloth. She is disappointed because she thinks the competition is not important to Tinja. Later that day, Tinja feeds it the bird food she bought, but it doesn't eat. Tinja has to eat it herself, vomits it out. The undigested food is eaten by the creature. After it finishes eating, Tinja hears it say, "Alli." From then on, Tinja starts calling her Alli. She dresses her in one of her skirts. At night, while they are sleeping, Alli secretly sneaks into the mother's room, leaving her slimy goo on the mother's hands and thighs. The mother quickly wakes up, sees a figure passing by outside her room. The mother grabs a knife to check the house after seeing a black feather on her white carpet. Suddenly, her son runs to her side, telling her that Tinja is a monster. The mother tells him to calm down and tells him it's just a nightmare. The next day, Tinja finds human-like hair growing on Alli's head, and her appearance has also changed. Tinja dresses Alli again, even combs her hair, telling her that she's beautiful. In practice, Rieta shows an excellent performance, earning her the spot in the competition. This leads to the mother skillfully comparing Tinja's performance to Rieta's, putting pressure on her. After practice, the mother offers Rieta a ride home, but sensing Tinja's mom's hostility, she kindly declines. On the way home, Tinja anxiously asks her mother to turn around, because she senses Alli is following Rieta, connecting them through a kind of psychic link. At the same time, Rieta senses someone behind her. But every time she turns around, there's no one. She starts running, then checks the road again. This time, Alli appears in a more human form, without her beak. Alli attacks Rieta. Rieta screams in terror, and Tinja quickly has a seizure because Alli has hurt someone. When they return, Tinja immediately looks for Alli, but all she finds in the closet is a bird's beak. The next day, in front of the father, the mother reminds Tinja to stay over at Taro's house before the competition. Tinja is very shocked. Afterwards, she leaves Tinja to her father. The father confirms that he knows about it. He tells Tinja that he respects the mother, knows what she wants, but deep inside, he is more than just hurt, because his wife has found someone else. They soon arrive at Taro's house. Tinja learns that he is a widower, with a baby named Helmi. The mother cradles the baby as if Helmi comes from her. That night, Alli appears at her door, so Tinja lets her in. As they sleep together, Tinja can't help but notice Alli has become more human-like, her posture and blonde hair. The next day, Taro makes Tinja feel very comfortable in his house, even making her laugh. Later that day, she goes to the hospital to visit Rieta, notices she has severe injuries, especially her severed left hand, clearly not caused by a human. Rieta suddenly grabs her arm, lets out a terrified scream, scaring her. So she breaks free and runs off, while Rieta continues to scream. Once they return home, Tinja locks herself in her room, in tears, because she realizes what Alli did to Rieta. She yells at Alli, blaming her impulsive actions, then she repeatedly hits herself to hurt Alli, because they have a psychic connection. Alli stops her before she hurts both of them, and lets her cry in her arms to comfort her. Tinja wakes up not long after, noticing that Alli is beginning to look more like her. She leaves her room, goes to the workshop, where she finds Taro. He gives her a pair of grips, engraved with her name, so she can wear it to compete. Because she feels comfortable around him, Tinja shows him how to do different types of side flips, but she keeps failing in the air. Taro stops her before she hurts herself. He knows from her facial expression that she's just doing gymnastics because of the pressure from her mother, not out of genuine love. To ease her pressure, Taro tries a somersault, and laughs at himself when he fails. Just then, they hear Alli making bird sound, so Tinja immediately makes an excuse, and Taro follows her. When Tinja refuses to talk to him, he forcibly opens the door, only to find Alli eating Tinja's vomit, which causes her to lunge at him, but Tinja by the side immediately closes the door. In the process, Taro's hand gets hurt. Tinja hides behind the door, so Taro assumes Alli is Tinja. Shortly after, when he's bandaging his injured arm, Tinja comes out. She apologizes for what happened and tells Taro that she can ride home so he won't see her again. Taro calmly declines and claims there's no need to do so. But he suggests talking to the mother about her strange behavior. Tinja immediately begs him not to do this. Tinja is preparing to tell him about Alli when her mother comes to pick her up for the competition. Taro lies to her, saying he hurt himself while working in the workshop. While practicing outside, Taro can't help noticing how perfect and strict Tinja's mother is with Tinja. But when it comes to Helmi, she is very loving and caring. Tinja watches her mother holding the baby, thinking Helmi is her daughter, not her. But she sees Alli standing by the window, realizes Alli wants to attack Helmi, so she repeatedly asks her mother to take Helmi along, but she refuses. At the venue, Tinja can't help worrying for Helmi. Meanwhile, her mother is live streaming the competition with the followers. As she starts performing, her connection with Alli strengthens. She can see her holding Taro's axe to kill Helmi. This is a behavior triggered by Tinja thinking her mother is trying to establish a new family. Alli is about to kill Helmi, when Tinja injures her own wrist, stopping Alli's actions. Taro sees Alli in Helmi's room, but she quickly escapes from the door before he catches her. Taro holds Helmi in his arms, both worried and scared. As soon as they return home, Taro ends his relationship with his mother, because he believes Tinja has some serious issues, thinking she is Alli. The mother tries to fix things but quickly enters the car in anger, and suddenly hits her face on the steering wheel. She starts bleeding, but she drives home as if nothing has happened. Once home, Alli wants to enter the room from the window, but Tinja pushes her away, refusing to let her in. Alli screams in despair. Later, Tinja observes her mother trying to maintain their family image in front of the camera, sees Tinja, disgustedly says she smells bad. Tinja goes to the bathroom and desperately cleans herself. Meanwhile, the father accidentally finds Alli outside and lets her into Tinja's room, believing she is Tinja. As she's cleaning herself, the mother enters her room, finding Alli in the closet. The mother thinks she's Tinja too, and starts to comb her hair. But she uses too much force and accidentally breaks Alli's hair. The mother retreats in fear, but Alli hugs her, hitting her back with her fingernails, causing Tinja to hear this. Tinja hurries to move Alli off her mother. When they stand side by side, the mother notices this incredible similarity. Alli charges at the mother, but Tinja quickly intervenes and repeatedly screams that nobody wants her. Alli's mouth splits open as she runs away, and Tinja explains to her mother that everything that has happened recently was done by Alli. The mother comforts Tinja, then gives her a knife to protect herself from Alli. While looking for her, the father and brother show up. The mother tells them about Alli, then returns to Tinja's room. Alli attacks and overpowers her. When Tinja enters, she reaches for the knife, and warns her not to hurt Alli. But it's already too late. The mother stabs Alli in the thigh, causing the same wound on Tinja. Realizing that if Alli does this, she could die, Tinja blocks the next knife, but the knife goes straight to her heart. In shock, the mother pulls out the knife, causing Tinja to fall onto Alli. Surprisingly, Alli sucks some of Tinja's blood, which completely changes her pupils into human ones, and heals her mouth. As the video ends, the mother is in tears because she realizes that she just killed the perfect daughter she might have had. Meanwhile, Alli stands in front of the mother, representing everything she dislikes and loathes, as a perfectionist and a pretend influencer. The way Alli turned into Tinja precisely tells how Tinja was forced from a timid and obedient girl to a girl full of hate and indifference. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.